Ka Hala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rek HaKodash. In English, that will mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and brothers of Great Millstone, GMS for short, where I am learning this 100% truth. Shalom to the elect, to the 144,000, to the mixed multitude that's scattered to all four corners of the earth. Shalom to the sincere sisters that believe in Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that also believe in this 100% truth. Matthew 28:19 tell us to go therefore teaching all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Yahweh, and in the name of the Son, Yahweh Shai, and in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodash. So that's what we're going to continue doing. Bringing this truth out in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So I be having people asking me like, do you believe in the whole Bible? And when they say the whole Bible, most people just think of the Old Testament and the New Testament. But really, it's the Old Testament, the apocrypha, in the New Testament. 14 books taken away from the apocrypha. 14 books. That's a lot. That's a lot. So you got Tobit, Judith, Esther, 1 and 2. You got Ezra's 1 and 2. You got Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach. You got Baruch. You got the letter of Jeremiah. You got the prayer of Manasseh. You got Maccabees 1 and 2. Matter of fact, you got First Ezra, Second Ezra, Tobit, Judith, the addition to Esther, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus, Baruch, letter of Jeremiah, prayer of Azariah, Susanna, Baal and the dragon, prayer of Manasseh, and Maccabees 1 and 2. And there's so much history in that. That's why they removed it. That's 14 books. And you see, some of them books had 1 and 2. So that's a lot. The Maccabees? See, the Maccabees show that, like, we were Israelites, but when we went into captivity under other people, we had to denounce that and call ourselves wherever the captivity we were at. So if we was in Rome, we had to call ourselves whatever wherever we was captive at. We had to call ourselves that. And if we didn't, they start killing people off. So people like, all right, bro, yeah, we Romans, or we whatever we are. We Babylonians, whatever we are. We ain't Israelites. We ain't going to say that because we getting killed. So a lot of stuff that's like, you read it, but you needed more information about it. It's in the Apocrypha. But they took that out because they didn't want you to see that. They wanted you to skip right to the New Testament. Nah, you can't skip to the New Testament without reading in the middle. You got the beginning. And then you got the Apocrypha. Then you got the New. That's a lot of books, man. That's a lot of books. A lot of information, a lot of wisdom. A lot of information, man. But they took it out because it started to bring out the truth of what's going on and what's going to be going on and what will be going on to come. So they like, oh, nah, we got to take that out. We got to take that out. But guess what? It came back to us. So when you go look up the apocrypha, it was taken out in the 1820s, like 1824. Yeah, 1824. Yeah. Um, and they were just mad. They started to see what was going on in that thing. Like, hold on, man, this is bringing out a little too much information. You know, whenever too much information come out, they don't like that. They're going to get rid of that. You're going to look it up and see it, and then when people start getting the hold of it, then they're going to erase it. And that's what they did. They erased it. 1824 to 1826, one of them two, in between. But yeah, the apocrypha is a Greek word, right, meaning to hide away, secret, or esoteric writings intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge. You know what that specialized knowledge is? The Holy Spirit dealing with you. You ain't going to be able to get this stuff if the Holy Spirit ain't dealing with you. And the Holy Spirit ain't dealing with a lot of people. That's why they decided to take it out. And they didn't think nobody was ever going to get a hold of it or ever get to understanding it. But the Lord put it on certain apostles and elders and brothers' spirit to be able to understand it. And then they preach it, they get the understanding, and they bring it out. And then the rest of the people that understand it get it. And then we preach it to the rest of the people. But they hated that happened. But it ain't nothing that they can do. The biblical apocryphers are writings that were once received by the early Christians, which is the Israelites, as scriptural canon, but which are no longer included in all modern Bibles. They got pissed. They started figuring out what that shit was talking about, and they got mad. They said, nah, we got to get this out of here. But you cannot add to or take away from these scriptures. Proverbs 30:5. Every word of Yahweh is pure, right? Shabbat.
Strong's H, 6884. Saraf.
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 That's pure. In the Hebrew, Saraf. Refined, tested, to test. Tried, pure. So every word is tested, right? Let's put test. Every word of Yahweh is tested. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. It says, add thou not unto his word, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. You can't add to or take away from these scriptures. Precept Psalms 12:6, it says, the word of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, the words of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace on earth, purified 7 times. So it says, Revelations 22:18, it says, and I solemnly declare to everyone who hears the word of prophecy written in this book, if anyone adds anything to what is written here, Yahweh will add to that person the plagues described in this book. 19. And if anyone removes any of the words from this book of prophecy, Yahweh will remove that person's share in the tree of life and in the holy city that are described in this book. So precept, Revelations 2:7, he that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches, which is the people, which is the Israelites. To him that overcome will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Everybody's not going to be able to do this. This ain't for everybody. This is for the elect only. Only the elect will get this. It's going to be a lot of people that's trying to do different things. And you know they're going to be coming with different philosophies. And, oh, man, that stuff don't mean nothing. Man, that ain't true. They always say they took it out because it didn't add up to what the scriptures were saying. No, you didn't understand it. Or if you did understand it, you seen what was going to happen if people started to understand it, so you took it out. You took it out. But the men of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, are going to understand it. They're going to understand it. And they're going to be able to break everything down and everything. 2 Ezra 6:26 says, and the men that are received shall see it. Lord willing, I'm part of that. Who has not tasted death from their birth, and the hearts of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's what's happening. It's been a long time since this truth been out here. And now, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua brought it out. Starting with, you know what I'm saying, Elder Abba Bivens, and then bringing it to, you know, the men that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua chose. And then they keeping it going, and it's breaking it down to the apostles, and then breaking it down to the elders, and then breaking it down to the brothers, all the way down to people like me that will be considered children in this truth. So we all getting it. And we all read the apocrypha. We read the old and the apocrypha and the new. And we would never try to add to or take away. But you got other groups, they add to and take away. But them people in them camps are going to be, you're going to start seeing them go down bad. We already seen Sakari. I think we're going to see IUIC next because they just continue to go off and be wicked. Bishop Nate got them boys just out there just, whatever you say, boss. No, man. If somebody going off, you supposed to say something to them. Pull them to the side. Hey, Bishop. Nah, that ain't what the Bible say, man. You know what I'm saying? This is not what we were taught. Or if it's one of the cats, Hakad and Assad, or whoever, Tazariak, you know, even if it's people in, I rock with GMS. Them are my brothers and my apostles and my elders and my fathers, actually my spiritual fathers. GMS only. I don't rock with nobody else. But if we was to have a conversation and you said something, I'm supposed to be like, hey, nah, bro, you know, you said that wrong. And he'll take it as, What? I took what? Oh, I said that. Oh, you right, bro. I did say that wrong. Let me fix it. We ain't gonna take it as, hey, bro, don't talk to me like that. No, we help each other to become better. We take constructive criticism and we make each other better. So we know, hey, you ain't reading the apocrypha? Oh, bro, you tripping, bro. You tripping. Because there's so much knowledge in there. I was just reading, I think me and the brother Yalad read Second Ezra 6 and 7. 6 and 7. There's so much knowledge in there. And it make you feel good once you start reading them scriptures. Like, man, I've never, before this truth, before learning from the apostles and the elders and brothers of GMS, I didn't know about the apocrypha. My Bible didn't have that. The people in the church Bible didn't have it. And if you start asking people about it, they'll say, what? What book? But now look, we reading it and we getting an understanding of it and everything. And we love it. It gives us a better understanding of what we reading. They took it out because there's too much knowledge in there. And if you get into reading that, it will make you feel so much stronger as an Israelite. It will make you understand exactly what you was going through, exactly what's happening, and exactly what's going to happen. They don't want that. They want you to be stuck on stupid. Stuck believing whatever they say. Stuck believing that all the apostles and disciples and everybody was so-called white men. No, they was not. Now, will you have some brothers that's so-called looking, they look so-called white, that's Israelites? Yeah, we gonna have that. But just a straight up Edomite? No. Our people with bronze skin, wool hair. Some might have been darker. Some might have been a lighter shade of brown. Some might have been, like I said, you're going to have some that's Chinese, some that's, all the different nations. And we're scattered to all four corners of the earth. But wasn't no so-called straight up white man. Straight up. It wasn't none of them in the Bible. Like how they show it with the blonde hair with the blue eyes. And no. They tricked you. And the Apocrypha talk about that too. The Apocrypha talk about that too, man. So, we gonna roll with the Apocrypha. Even though y'all took it out, we found it. And we gonna keep it right here with the book. So they all gonna be together. The old, the Apocrypha, and the new. 80 books. 80 books. And we rolling with it no matter what. So just because they took it out don't mean we ain't gonna use it. We gonna use it. We gonna use it. And sometimes you'll catch Yahushua, which the world ignorantly calling Jesus, quoting the Apocrypha. So we gonna roll with it no matter what. We gonna roll with all 80 books. So they took it out because they didn't like what it was being said in there. They didn't like what would come to us and what we would start to understand. They took it out. So the Apocrypha was removed in 1824 to 1826. So you can look it up, Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Bahashem Ruach HaKodash. In English, that would mean all praise to the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and brothers of Great Millstone, where I'm learning this 100% truth, GMS for short. Shalom to the elect, to the 144,000, to the mixed multitude that scattered to all four corners of the earth. Shalom to the sincere sisters that believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, that also believe in this 100% truth. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Shalom.